this looks like the Nether update, and I did say I was checking out the 1.17 snapshot. However, this is just a snapshot, so obviously they don't have the background that they're supposed to have. So that's why it looks like that. You can see down here is the snapshot. And we're gonna check it out. This is my little platform for testing out everything. I tried to add vines to it, which took a lot of string to make it look like this. Now, the reason why it's so high is because this is the Cliffs and Caves update. So I wanted to put it on a cliff. They definitely increased the height limit because I tried to build up and I still couldn't fully do it, and I was like, wow, I don't feel like trying to test it out. Yeah, we're gonna see how the snapshot looks. I've seen some parts of it, so I know what I'm gonna be looking at, but I haven't actually messed with anything or tried to build with anything. As you can see, I just used some of the Nether stuff from 1.16 to build this, but I haven't really touched anything from 1.17. Okay, so I haven't figured out how to use the bundle whatsoever, because you're supposed to be able to put stuff in it, so I don't know if it's like you have to shift click into it or what. I can't figure that out. They probably will tell you how to do it later on. I know there's like something that you're supposed to do, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I've been sitting here trying to put something in here. Oh! Okay, I guess you can't put that in. And then this spyglass. This is interesting. So, you can zoom in on it, but as you can see, it's not like the best view. If you go into F1, it's more like it, and there's like this lovely noise that comes with it. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just like a crane. So let's look at some of the blocks. So, copper ore. Now, this is very different than what other ore blocks look like. So, comparing the two, the stone pattern looks different on here than it does on here, but it's the same thing. Some blocks have like their own unique thing, like emerald ore doesn't look the same as all the other ones. But I feel like this one's very muted compared to everything else. Comparing it to the color it is, I think it does a relatively good job of matching it. Except for, it seems just like they chose more of the medium colors than anything else. So of course we have amethyst, which is something in the update that I've noticed a lot. This block makes a very nice noise. Now these blocks both have very interesting textures. You probably are wondering what you can do with them. I think it's time to look at all of these blocks. So this is the normal copper block. It's pretty cool, pretty standard, gives off steampunk vibes. Then it's slightly weathered, which they talked about this, how rain affects it. I think it's cool that there's different phases, so that's what semi looks like. This is the fully weathered block. So this block looks pretty cool. I actually love the color of this block. I think it's a nice touch. Definitely reminds me of Prismarine, but I love the blue blocks in Minecraft. So the cut copper, it's pretty much the same like feel, except for it's squared. Kind of like, I don't know, bathroom tiles. I don't know how else to describe it. See? Before I get into the rest of these, this is where the names start getting really long for some reason. Now, I don't need to compare the other ones, but look at this name. Just wax semi-weathered cut copper. Why is that name so long? That's my only question for these blocks. Why is it so long? So, the stairs, I think it's a nice touch because you can do more of a variety. I feel like stairs are kind of limited because they're mostly just like shades of brown and stuff. And copper is like an orangey brown, but it's so different from any of the other blocks that I feel like it's a nice touch. Now, of course, there's brick and stuff, and you have all of these, but I feel like this is like a nice variety to it. Now, tinted glass looks just like a weird design of glass. It's not necessarily normal glass. So if I go in here, you see I can see through this without all the snow. But you also notice that it's dark, right? Tinted glass allows you to see through, but it's dark. This can be very interesting for some builds if you want to make this like gothic design, I would assume. But like you don't want it to be bright inside because regular glass lets in a lot of light. There are candles now. Candles are something I've been kind of curious about, but it's okay. I was in like candles are the only thing that matters. So candles, I just used torches always as candles. I didn't really think there was a need for them. But I still think they're a cool touch just because they've been in mods and stuff. It's nice just to have like more variety of lighting. So these, it's cool. I like them. I'm glad they're in the game. I think they look cool. I honestly think it's a nice touch. You can be more in-depth with your design if you want to make a table. So yeah, these are pretty cool. Look. Apparently you can do a number of things with candles. You can make them float. So if I go here, I place all these candles and I break it. They're floating. This is cool for a number of reasons. Candle parkour? I mean, we can try it out later. I would love to actually try out candle parkour. I'm not very good at parkour, but that's actually a great idea. I'll try it out later. Okay, so we can do candle parkour just to try that out. So let's just do simple parkour. I think this would be kind of tedious to place all of these. So you have candles, right? Whew. Okay. I'm not very good at parkour. Okay, well there we go. We did candle parkour. I think it'd be interesting if somebody made a map. What comes to mind when I have all of these blocks is making something that's like kind of secretive. And what I mean by something secretive, it's kind of just like something like abandoned, not really at the same time, if that makes sense. Little house, okay? I think it's nice for not just, you could just use other things instead of quartz and wool. It will give it like a nice texture, which is kind of what I've been looking for. I haven't really had like much of a chance to find something like that. So this is my finished part with these blocks. I don't know what I'm going to do with this block just yet. I think I want to make a little design. Right now we have the roof to work on, so I think this is probably going to seem very generic. I'm not exactly sure how to make a roof with this. I don't have like much of a design I want to do, as you can tell. So, like I mentioned with this earlier, this blocks light, so you see it's very dark in here. However, we can make this lovely thing called a chandelier. Wait. None of this is symmetrical. Apparently can't make things look the same everywhere. Probably more on the gothic side, rather than like having the more abandoned cottage vibe on the outside that I was trying to go for. probably the final design. Let me get rid of these. Yeah, I mean this kind of feels more like a cult than a steampunk room. I guess it kind of still feels steampunky, but there's many things you can do with this. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know it did that. And I started a fire. Well, actually, this might be an interesting thing to do with this, since I did just destroy the land. I think maybe having... Okay, so let's try this again. So I fill it up. Now I shift-click, and it gives off particles. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to give, like, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of it exploding. Like, it was like a meteor and it has fallen there, so